Welcome. This is Rosy Thakkar, and you're watching us at my podcast. And I have one of my best friends here. You are listening to us from Significantly Invisible. Now, let me tell you a little bit about my guest. She's very special to me. She's a dear friend. She's a wife. She's a mother, and more importantly, at the moment, the hat that she wears today is for the Board of Fed. She has been a Board of Fed member, and she just recently got re-elected for the Board of Fed. Welcome, Lucy.
Thank you for the nice words. And following that, I want to thank you for the opportunity to speak here. And I also would like to make a disclaimer that what I speak here doesn't represent my board position collectively. It's just my opinion.
Yes. All right. So Lucy, introduce yourself as to how you got into getting on the Board of Fed.
Yes.
What made you get in there?
I think that's an excellent question, and I get asked a lot. And the answer to that is astonishingly simple, because I'm a mom.
Yes.
As a mom, I see how my kids are growing up. I see what they need. I see how they learn. And I take care of them. I look out for them. I do the same for the other kids for the community. During COVID, it's really a time I feel like there's a lot more that the kids need. There's a lot more that fellow parents in the community can offer. So during COVID time, when all the kids are stuck inside in front of their computer, I run a summer camp that's outdoors, taking kids to learn in nature, to farms, learn how to garden, how to grow, how to raise kids, raise chicks, and how to...
Wow, did you really?
Yes. So that was the experience that I had realized there's more moms can offer, not just to their own kids, but to more kids. Fast forward 2022, I ran for Board of Ed because of my kids, because I want to look out for all kids just like I look out for mine.
Well, thank you for doing that, because what I have seen Lucy up close, she not only works hard for her own kids, but there is a passion for education that is very close to her heart. She's not only working for her own kids, but at the same time, she's just helping out every community, and she's not picking a community or picking any county or town. She's just working for everybody, and her passion is all about education. So we put together a few questions for you. So I'm going to read you the first question, and let's dive right into it. Lucy, what made you realize that our children here in New Jersey and nationwide are failing? Like they're behind? They are sort of, it's not just math, it's science as well, right?
Yes.
So what is it that they're falling behind, say like 3 to 5 years as compared to their international peers?
Right.
Tell me a little bit about that. Like,
Right.
what do you think about that?
Right. The shock came when I took my kids to visit my parents in China. They're making friends there, they're playing with their peers, and I know what kind of math and science they're doing versus what my kids are doing. Right?
I see.
So what I found is that kids in China, where I visited, seem to have learned science that's at a much deeper, rigorous, and math-infused level than my own. When my kids are learning about the ecology in a pound, the kids in China are learning about equations, are learning about laws that will enable them to do hands-on projects.
Yes.
This actually reminded me of my own experience. When I was in first grade in middle school, after I learned my first year of physics, I made my telescope using cardboard, few other things, including my mother's reading class. So that reading class didn't survive for its intended purpose, but it has served the function on my telescope. All that's needed is being taught lens equation, which is sufficient to do after elementary math. Now, the same lens equation is taught in our schools here
Yes.
in junior high year.
Wow, that's the difference.
So when you don't give the kids the math that matches their science, matches their skills that they have already learned in their science education, it has two effects. One, it doesn't really give the math they learned a purpose to be used. Math really is developed to advanced science. Newton's first book, The Mathematical Principle of Science. So science and math go hand in hand.
Yes.
If you don't use math in science, science is also boring. Science will become concept, become a memorization of things.
Yes.
Instead of students being able to use logic, use principle, and predict a precise value, and it matches reality. There's a eureka moment associated with that.
Yes.
There's joy associated with that.
Yep.
So when kids can do that, they really will develop a love for science. And that will propel them to learn better both science and math, right? So that's not how most of our schools are set up to do here. And that's what I experienced looking at my kids and their peers in China.
Yes.
I believe that's probably also your experience.
It is correct.
Now,
It
how's
is
yours?
absolutely
What's
correct.
your story?
So I totally agree with you on that one, Lucy. So while you're raising your kids here in America, you feel like, oh, they're doing the best of everything, they're getting the best of everything. This is education, lifestyle, home, beautiful schools. But at the same time, when you go back to your country, you go back just for vacation. This is our country, this is where we are raising their kids, this is their home.
Right.
But when you go back and they meet their cousins, you get a gruesome reality check. So I am completely agreeing with you. I have nieces and nephews, same age as my kids. And the difference between the math, science, knowledge about nature, knowledge about just going for a stroll. We were just on a trip and I just pointed towards a plant. My niece could tell me just by looking at the leaf and looking at the flower, they could tell me the botanical names, they could tell me the functions of each petal and everything that is in that flower. And my son goes, oh yeah, that's a flower. So that's the difference, that's a flower. And then my niece actually pointed out and she said, this is a hibiscus flower. And then she even impressed me by saying, this is hibiscus rosa sinensis. And I'm like, all right. So that's the difference of the same age. So I totally agree with you. There's a huge difference between the education system. So that question has crossed my mind quite a few times, that if they're the same age, they absorb the same information. But why is it that we are not able to provide that information here?
Yeah. Well, I think that cognitively our kids are capable to do a lot more
Yes.
than our science curriculum currently is giving them.
Yes.
And that gap needs to be addressed. And that gap, if not addressed, will have its consequences.
Yeah.
It will make our children here less competitive.
Yes.
It will make them less prepared for life.
Yes.
Think about the years that they are held back, not being exposed to materials they should have been able to learn
Yes.
easily, because their cognitive ability is there already. Their math is there already. Why are we not matching science education to what they can do with their math already? And if you look at what other countries are doing, while they are preparing scientists,
Yeah.
we are building gaps, and that gap needs to be addressed, and needs to be addressed now. And the good news is that to address that gap,
Yeah.
it really doesn't cost more money, because all that's needed is for us to bring that material from high school level to middle school level,
Okay.
and you don't need to hire a new teacher.
Okay.
You don't need to spend more money to invent or equip anything more. You just need to give the material to the students.
So that's all we've got to do?
That's all we got to do.
So there is no additional financial burden on taxpayers,
There shouldn't be.
or there is no additional burden on the teachers to change the curriculum or anything like that. It's just that whatever you are ready to teach a student in high school, bring it down to upper middle school.
The consequence as well.
Yes.
So if we push all of this to high school, there's a real opportunity cost. Because in their formative years,
Yeah.
if they didn't learn the science that they should be exposed to, they would have a hard time to decide which career direction they're going to go. Because most of that decisions are made before junior year in high school. So we are really creating a lack of a pool of talent in science, in STEM field overall.
Yes. So what you're saying is expose them, give them more opportunities to do
learn.
hands-on, learn things,
Yeah.
be more proactive about science and math and everything early on,
Yes.
so that by the time they actually reach high school,
Yeah.
there is that love for STEM that is
Yes.
already developed.
Right.
So now they think like, oh, I love math,
Yep.
or I love physics, I
Yep.
love chemistry, I love botany, I love zoology.
Yes.
Now I just have to explore and become better at that. So by the time they are in high school, you give them what they really
Yeah,
want,
the deeper level.
deeper level
Right.
of education,
Yep.
and then have them ready for what is to come in colleges.
Yeah. Because right now I can tell you, in higher education, a lot of American kids are not choosing STEM. Maybe because in their formative years they're not exposed to it.
I see.
Maybe because they are, when they eventually are exposed to it, the time that's allocated to teach them is so short. Like when you scramble 3 years of material into one semester,
Yes.
I don't think that a lot of the kids are going to respond very well. So maybe the kids would have loved science if they're given sufficient time.
Yes.
But instead, if it's squished into a very short period of time, they will now feel, oh, this is too hard. So I hear this math anxiety, I hear this science is too hard. All of that can be addressed
Yes.
if we structure the learning.
Yes.
And this impact from not teaching science, rigorous math-infused science at early years is a real impact that will last for the life of the students, that will impact our structure for talent for years.
Yeah. So there's another question that came up. You say that, for parents that are listening, you said there is a reason why it is so critical that the math and science should be taught very early on. How early are we talking?
Yeah. So I think math needs to be taught in commensurate steps as science. So as soon as you're able to do elementary math, like addition, subtraction, division, multiplication, you're able to really do a lot of science.
Yes.
I'll give you an example, like Ohm's law, right? That equation is really simple.
Yep.
As soon as you learn multiplication, you should be able to calculate how big a resistor you need for your circuit.
Yep.
So as long as match, right? So you ask me how early, I would say at least the very beginning of middle school, if not sooner. Because the earlier you teach that, the sooner the kids can actually take it and run with it. They can use their imagination, their innovation, and build hands-on experiments. Like I remember I did that. I think I shared about that telescope. There's other little things that I did.
Yes. We all did.
Right. But that needs us to teach the kids relevant math and equations.
Yes.
I met a Bridgewater young entrepreneur, made toy trains, made engines,
Wow.
made a lot of things in middle school years.
Yes.
Because that math is in place. Because of those innovative learning, he later did great things. He became a inventor and he went to MIT and did all those great things.
Wow.
So earlier years, the exposure, the hands-on experience learning, the drive that develops with it is important.
Yeah.
There's no time to wait.
Yes, no time to wait, and I totally
Yes.
agree with you. That reminds me, my son I think it was in 5th grade, I got a call from his school and the teacher said, well, I would appreciate if the parents stop helping their kids with science projects. And I was like, I didn't help him. I didn't even know that there was a science project. So we went there out of curiosity, and he shared with us that history project that my son did had sound, had lights, and had movement in it. And he said, in the history of my history teaching, nobody has made something like that. So he saved it for a long time to show it to the kids. But again, to your point, if the child is given those liberties or those resources or those privileges to just, okay, there's this, all these things available for you to just explore, they will do something better.
Yes.
And just like your telescope, I just remembered, you know, I lost a lot of panini makers and some toaster ovens too. Some wristwatches I lost, where my son just enjoyed opening and saying like, I want to know how this works. I'm like, you didn't have to break it to find out how this works, but that's how it is. So there's another thing. You called, like, you know, you've said change doesn't require money, it requires leadership. So how could simply rearranging instructional time change it?
So that actually in terminology is called a sequence, right?
Yes.
What we learn first, what we learn next, and what age do students learn what, right? So generally, this is like a common practice. Most high schools, most science are introduced in high school, and the first science lessons that they learn is biology. I have to say that I've heard people telling me that at 14, 15 years old, freshman high school, they were actually scared and turned off when they need to cut up a frog.
Yes.
So I agree with that. I would think that they can wait a little to do that, right? So I personally think that learning physics and chemistry at the earlier age is more important, proper, age appropriate.
So I think there is a golden opportunity here for all the parents to get involved. And there's a small window because the DOE starts looking into the new curriculum in 2026, I think the month of February. January or February. So what can parents do between now and that time to sort of fall behind with or join you in your movement or your passion, because we all care for STEM. So what can we do?
I think to speak up, to tell your school leaders, to tell your Board of Ed members that you share the same opinion, that you think science education, STEM education is important. You think that something can be done about that to shrink the gap.
And also, I think, how about signing a petition?
I think that's an excellent idea because, first of all, you can put your name behind it saying, yes, I agree, my kids need more science. Right? And then you can also share with your friends so that more people can show their support for it. And then when there's more names, we can not only show this to our decision makers, we can also show it to our legislators, because our legislators do have a role in our curriculum as well.
That is correct.
Because the Board of Ed decides on the curriculum that satisfies all the law in New Jersey. So there is that legislative branch that we can try to advocate as well. And then we can also show this petition to educators, to professional associations, to Department of Education. So that we're really speaking up, giving our voice to the decision makers to advocate for our kids, which is really important.
So the message to probably all the parents, viewers, and it's not just the parents, it's students themselves. If the students feel like, okay, I'm really interested in science and there's a future here for me, I want to do something about it, they can reach out to the Board of Ed members who do decide your curriculum. And there is this beautiful window for an opportunity that you can change the course of the next few generations to come. Your decision now, you waking up, you getting behind this movement that Lucy Lee has created by proposing this resolution with 3 major points can actually change the outcome for education for the future generations. So if you're a grandparent or a parent or even the teachers, right? The educators, we want to hear from them. So we're going to request everybody, if you really want to be a part of this, sure, reach out to us, sign a petition, and also your feedback is important, right? So please tell us what you think. Your input, your feedback is what makes all the difference. And especially because Lucy is a Board of Ed member, so she can definitely make the changes, right?
I will advocate. I will try to persuade minds of other board members.
Yes. So I think it's a collective work. It's a teamwork
Absolutely,
that every
absolutely.
parent gets behind this movement. So I think this is great. And Lucy, would you like to give any other directions or advice to teachers, parents, grandparents?
Well, I would first like to hear from you all.
Yes.
What are your concerns? So like what Rosie said. And at the same time, hear from your kids, right? If they have any feedback, listen to them and bring it to your feedback form.
Yeah.
So that we as adults can advocate for them.
Right.
And this is something that is of impact to the generations to come.
Yes.
Because we have been doing this for, I mean, it's not just New Jersey actually. It's not just one school district. It's a widespread curriculum setup and sequence in this country. If we're able to rationalize and optimize our education, science education sequence, we can really bring the change that impacts generations to come.
So it's time for a change.
Yes.
Because AI is ready for us,
Yes.
but are we ready for AI?
Exactly.
So if you really want to make a change in your child's future, join the movement, fall behind the passion that Lucy Lee is working towards, the resolution that she's created. Reach out to us, send us your feedback, send us your input, send us your questions.
Yes.
We want to know what your concerns are. And Lucy, we're going to invite you again soon. But thank you
Gladly.
so much for your insight, and thank you so much for working so hard on the BOE and
For the kids.
for all kids.
Yes. For
It's
all
not
kids.
just one child, it's like, the entire New Jersey that you're working for. So let's say a huge thank you for Lucy Lee for working so hard. Lucy, thank you. It's been a huge pleasure.
Thank
you. Thank you, everyone.